Greetings travelers and welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? So in this video we are going to discuss another one of the races of the elven kind. This time we're going to talk about the Silvanaes Elves, who are the elven nation who live in the faraway land of Taladas. Originally, these elves came from the lands of Silvanesti, long before the Cataclysm. A great sea expedition known as the Great Armada set out sail from Silvanesti. If I remember correctly, they were on their way to Istar. Now, during their voyage, a great storm swept across the ocean, blowing part of the armada off course, and eventually they got lost at sea. And for months they sailed through seas unknown, until finally they reached land, discovering a brand new continent called Taladas, and landing on the southeastern shores of this mighty continent. The elves name this new place Armak Nesti, which translate as dry land. Disembarking from their ships, they tried to create their own little community, working in tandem to get back home, back to Silvanesti. However, as soon as they made landfall, human barbarians started attacking them, trying to push them back onto the boats. Fortunately for the elves, they were far more sophisticated than these humans, and managed not only to halt the attack, but push the barbarians back, claiming the land as their own. And in the following years after they made landfall, the human tribes fought among themselves instead of the elves, thus giving the elves time to build up their stronghold and expand their influence on the land. Slowly but surely, the Silvanaes Elves formed alliances with different tribes, managing to coax peace into existence. And soon this alliance was known as the Confederation of Armak, where the human and centaur tribes acted as a buffer between the elves and the rest of the world. The Silvanaes Elves live in the forested realm of Armak Nesti, and they do not allow any of the non-elves to enter their domain, even those within the Confederation, but not like the elves of Silvanesti and Quellanesti. These ones trade with both the humans and the centaurs, and maintain a very friendly relationship, even though they don't allow them to enter their realm. Now, as these elves are the offshoot of the Silvanesti elves, they do have the same characteristics as they do. They are all fair-skinned and lean. Their nation is ruled by the voice of the stars, and is governed by the Lord Protector. They worship two main gods. The first god they called the Sea Lord. Grateful for surviving their long sea voyage, many of the clerics turned to this god, swearing their faith and allegiance to him. The priestesses and priests of their religion wear light blue or green robes and a necklace of seashells. They take care of the priestly business, like blessing new boats, as well as residing over funerals. Now, the second god is kind of interesting. The elves call this god Idamar, the earth spirit, and it came about when the elves landed in Taladas, when many of the new arrivals asked for the blessings of the spirits of the land to guide them in this new land. And Mishakal appeared in the guide of Idamar, and saw no reason to sway the elves from believing that the spirit had not answered them. The goddess continued this ruse, not wishing to hurt the elves' feeling, but for all intents and purposes, the priesthood of Idamar wields the same power as normal Mishakal priests. One thing to mention about these priests are that they are all vegetarian. They will not wear certain fabrics and will only wield staves and clubs made from fallen branches. They believe in easing the pain of any living creature and act as protectors of nature. The priesthood of Idamar may never rise hand in violence, but instead they will steal tools and indirectly undermine those activities who hurt and attack the creatures or damage the nature in any way. Now, these are not the only elven nation on Taladas, but we will talk about them in a different video. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, a first in the series of the exploration of Taladas, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a lovely day.